Jai Sri Krishna. And today let us meet Mother Teresa, or rather, let me tell you about my meeting with Mother Teresa. And let me start by a quote by her. She says, "Give your hands to serve and your hearts to love." Mother Teresa. And let me, Shakun, continue with my narrative. And I say, Shakun. As I write about my life, I realize that not everything just fell like manna from heaven. I wanted something. I wished it. I persevered and then left it to the gods. And more often than not, it was granted. So it was with my ardent wish to be in the presence of the revered Mother Teresa. Let us first know a little more about her. Mother Teresa was given the name Agnes when she was born on 27th August 1910 in Macedonia. Young Agnes left her parental home at the age of 18, and became a nun. She joined the Sisters of Loreto. She came to Calcutta. When she saw the poverty and suffering outside the convent walls, she devoted herself to work for the poorest of the poor. She had no money, but she had faith that God would help her, and He did. I can hardly imagine the faith that is required to bring the terminally ill in indignant conditions to your home or to your abode and know that the Lord will do the rest. True enough, soon voluntary helpers and financial help poured in, and she steadily increased her good work. She extended her care for people who had nobody to look after them. She looked after the homeless, alcoholics, lepers, and people with AIDS and other incurable diseases. She offered the helpless of the helpless a dignified death. Who else but a saint can do that? Mother Teresa received many awards from Pope John the 18th and also from Pope John 23rd in 1971 and the Nehru Prize for her promotion of international peace and understanding in 1972. She also received the Balsan Prize in 1979 and the Templeton and Magsaysay Awards. Truly deserved awards. Mother Teresa died on September 5, 1997. But to come back to my story, during the month of November in the year 1981, I had gone to Calcutta and I had strong desire to meet Mother Teresa. So I set about. Very strangely, people, after having directed me to the right street, could not point out the exact location. So I paced back and forth several times. I finally discovered that the mother lived on a street behind the one on which I was looking for her. I went inside. Mother was busy with a couple who was looking for a child to adopt. Soon after, I was asked to enter. As soon as I saw Mother, I fell on my knees and kissed her hand. I said, "I will not take much of your time. I just wanted to have the privilege of being in your presence." She looked at me with a look of compassion and invited me to be seated. She then said to me, "Listen to your inner voice and follow what it tells you. Everyone in this life is born to accomplish a mission. What I can do, you may not be able to do, but what you can do, I may not. Follow the inner command and you will always be happy." Mother Teresa knew that everyone does not have the capacity to lift a leper or a dying child from the street to look after. Everyone cannot do this. However, we all can do our bit by at least looking after the elderly members of our own family and sponsoring some needs of a needy child. Let us not, in our hurry-scurry to make fast bucks, reject our responsibility towards our old parents or our elderly parents-in-law. And the above is what I stated in an interview by Ms. Vimla Patil, which appeared in the Sunday Free Press dated October 19th, 1997. And that is one of the most invaluable lessons that I learned from Mother. I had the good luck of meeting Mother once more at an opening, if I remember correctly, of a hospital. Her speech was powerful. She spoke from her heart and therefore touched its springs. Though diminutive, what an impressive presence she possessed. And Mother Teresa left me with a learning. We must learn to look underneath the superficial impressions of the saddest of the saddest. Do read the following. When an old lady died in the geriatric ward of a small hospital near Dundee, Scotland, it was believed that she had nothing left of any value. Later, when the nurses were going through her meager possessions, they found this poem. And the poem was called Crabby Old Woman. And this is what the poem says. What do you see, nurses? What do you see? What are you thinking when you're looking at me? A crabby old woman, not very wise, uncertain of habit, with faraway eyes, who dribbles her food and makes no reply when you say in a loud wish, I do wish you'd try, who seems not to notice the things that you do and forever is losing a stocking or shoe, who resisting or not lets you do as you will, with bathing and feeding the long day to fill. Is that what you are thinking? Is that what you see? Then open your eyes, nurse. You're not looking at me. I'll tell you who I am, as I sit here so still, as I do at your bidding, as I eat at your will. I'm a small child of 10, with a father and mother and brothers and sisters who love one another. A young girl of 16, with wings on her feet, dreaming that soon now a lover she'll meet. A bride soon at 20, my heart gives a leap, remembering the vows that I promised to keep. And she continues, at 25 now, I have young of my own who need me to guide and secure a happy home. A woman of 30, my young now grown fast, bound to each other with ties that should last. At 40, my young sons have grown and are gone, but my man's beside me, to see I don't mourn. At 50 once more, babies play round my knees. Again we know children, my loved ones and me. Dark days are upon me. My husband is dead. I look at the future. I shudder with dread. For my young are all rearing, young of their own. And I think of the years and the love that I've known. I'm now an old woman and nature is cruel. 'Tis just to make old age look like a fool. The body it crumbles, grace and vigor depart. There is now a stone where I once had a heart. But inside this old carcass, a young girl still dwells, and now and again my battered heart swells. I remember the joys, I remember the pain, and I'm loving and living life over again. I think of the years, all too few, gone too fast, and accept the stark fact that nothing can last. So open your eyes, people, open and see, not a crabby old woman. Look closer, see me. I was a little reluctant to place the above poem in the chapter. I felt it may not have a relevant connection, but Omkar believed that I must. He says, yes, you must place it in the sense that it illustrates one important principle for the manifestation of miracles. Do not judge the source. Do not be taken by your superficial impressions. Sometimes a deep wisdom and much holiness lay hidden within the most improbable appearances. And with something for you to think about, I say, until next time, you take care and God bless.